through all the news articles and weed out all the BS, so you guys don't have to waste your time watching the news and let it make you get you angry. Over to U.S. news. U.S. Senate's trying to refuse some tariffs here into Canada and the U.S. Don't know really what's gonna happen with that. Like, I don't know if the Senate's gonna do a vote on this or what. It's just kind of all sound bites right now. But refusing the tariffs on Canada and Brazil. Why is Mexico and Cuba not on that list of refusing these tariffs? Uh, some stupid news. Rob Ford's trying to get his 2 cents in on that football or Super Bowl halftime show. You know what, Rob? Uh, Stick to doing your job. You know what? The Super Bowl has nothing to do with you in the first place, so shut your trap. And the EU leaders are meeting in Belgium. Oh, trying to find ways to counter pressure from China and Russia. Also, trying to stand up against the U.S. and some of their tariffs against them. Those talks just started, so we'll see what happens here probably by the end of the week. What the EU comes up with on trying to deal with the three superpowers. And then the owner of the Ambassador Bridge between Canada and Detroit there uh, gave Trump a call the other day, talking about uh, talking about the bridge there. And I didn't realize this, but the Ambassador Bridge is actually privately owned. I did not know this, and the family that owns this bridge in 2018 put put a lot of grief into the construction of Gordie Howe Bridge. They didn't want it to be built because their money, their tolls. So I don't know what the phone call was about, but apparently the owners of the Ambassador Bridge have been in contacts with Trump. Don't know why though. Uh, U.S. Department of Energy is investing $175 million to upgrade coal plants, six coal plants across the United States, one in North Carolina, Ohio, Virginia, Kentucky, and just Virginia. So good to see that the coal plants are coming back up and running again. I don't know why people are complaining. Coal plants that are out there are very efficient. Most of the time, when you see stuff coming out of the stacks, that's just steam. The coal that we burn is a very high grade coal. And a lot of Hutterite colonies around here actually use coal to heat their colonies, which is pretty interesting. And they're having problems actually getting coal for their colonies. Uh, Pam cooking spray. Just won a lawsuit stating that Pam's butter flavored cooking spray is poisonous. Um, and I thought Pam cooking spray period was just poisonous. Uh, this is actually quite interesting that they won the lawsuit because in 2014, a man was awarded $20 million in a judgment stating that the butter flavored chemical actually caused his lung cancer or his lung disease. Sorry. And for him to win that in 2004 and then for Pam Cooking Spray to win this judgment is blows my mind. And it's not the first time Pam Cooking Spray has been under like the limelight for chemicals they've been using. There was another lawsuit, I believe, in 2014 where somebody had also won money. So not the first time. Maybe they just got better lawyers this time, this time around, or maybe they loaded the jury. I have no idea, but I just find that funny that they won this case, but yet paid out $20 million in 2004 for the same lawsuit. Anyone? Bueller? 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 Anyone? Help me make sense of this. And then Trump announced that he will be removing 50% tariffs on all goods, well, most of the goods from India. So that's good for India in the long run. Uh, Pakistan will be happy, India will be happy. So that's pretty interesting. And the U.S. naval ship Iwo Jima will be sent to port for upgrades, a 2 year upgrade. It'll be out of commission for 2 years. Estimated cost to upgrade this aging ship will be roughly $204 million. Expected costs are to rise to around $255 million. But who knows what's going to happen within the 2 years with inflation and with these tariffs? That cost could significantly rise. Definitely, I'm going to say they're estimating an extra $50 million. I'm going to estimate probably another $100 million to upgrade those ships when it's all said and done. And Canada. Carney, what are you doing here, bud? Are we making a deal with Saab? Are we doing a deal with Rolls Royce? What are we doing with Saab here in these jets, man? Because what you're doing right now, you're already putting payments down into these F-35s, and we're gonna be receiving them in like the end of this year. Carney, what are you doing? Have you not read the news? These jets aren't complete yet. They're sending them they're giving the US Air Force these jets without proper gear inside them anyways. They aren't finished. So what are you expecting these jets for? And then what's happening with this Saab deal there, Carney? This is unreal. What are you doing? If you're gonna say something, stick with it. This is like one of the things that's actually really bothering me about Carney right now. He's making deals behind our backs without any. I just don't know. I think we should stick with the Saab jets. They're way better and easier to maintain, and a lot of the products for those jets are made here in Canada. Like, where's the sense in buying these F-35s, these giant fucking paperweights? And over to Canadian news, since I'm talking about Montreal and the Rolls-Royce plant that's being built there. Arab Power is a big criminalized organization in Montreal, kind of competing powers with the Rizzuto crime family and the 81s, which are the Hells Angels. So Rizzuto family, a lot of them are in jail right now, waiting for their court cases to come up. The Rizzuto mob put out a hit on the leader of the Arab Power for around $800,000. And Arab Power's rebuttal to this, you know what? Just pay us $2 million and we'll leave you alone. That's their rebuttal. Hey, you don't have to kill me. Just give me 200 or $2 million and we'll leave you alone. So that was just recent news here today. We'll see what happens. The hit that was put on, or the shooting that happened in the yard at the prison where the Rizzuto crime family happened to be present at the time, uh, looks to be like a setup. I think what happened is the Rizzutos hired somebody to come and just shoot up the yard so they could be transferred to a separate prison, a different prison. And this prison would be a lot closer to their lawyers and their peoples, and be easier for them to get, word out to the street for them to keep running you know, the mafia family uh, organization. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's news. Yesterday's news, if you guys don't know, I'm not going to talk about it, but there was not 10 people as presumed. It was only 9 people, but that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about that nonsense. That nonsense shouldn't even be on the news in the first place. So that's it for today. Oh, I thought I was going to have a little bit more to talk about. Want to visit where? Uh, Today, February 12th, this day in history. In 1999, Bill Clinton was acquitted of his impeachment charges, and that came down to the little mishap he had with Monica Lewinsky there. Oh yeah, and there's some war games going on right now, but really, there's always war games going on. We just don't hear about it all the time. Today, February 12th, 1809, Abraham Lincoln was born. and then he was shot at what theater was that? Forbes Theater or whatever. Shot and killed. This is kind of funny. Charles Darwin was born the same day, same year as Abraham Lincoln, 1809. And then Charles Darwin died in 1882. And Ivan Reitman died today in 2022. Ivan Reitman, he is a writer, director, probably best known for Ghostbusters. He was one of the writers. 6th-gen fighter jets. Yeah. I think Canada should be sticking with the Saab jets. It just makes it so much more sense because the products are being made, like items for that jet are made here in Canada. So like let's skip a step here, and then being stuck with those F-35s. Like what just happened in Russia with the 2023 and up Porsches. Porsche, with some of the tariffs and sanctions against Russia right now, Porsche turned off their cars. Now they're just paperweights sitting there. Porsche is refusing to update their 2023 and up Porsches. So these people can't even start their cars in Russia right now. So what's to stop the US once we get these F-35s to be like, hey, turn the power off. There you go. Now you're stuck with how many $1 billion paperweight. So I think Canada in the long run should be sticking with these Saab jets. It just makes sense. And like F-35s, the maintenance costs alone could break like the Canadian military. Like it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, exactly, James. But that's pretty much it for the news. Not a whole lot. Just drama, drama, drama. Epstein, Epstein, mass shootings, gun violence, everything else in the news. So, but that's not what this channel is about. But yeah, still can't find much more information on Ori Solomon. Ooh, there's some talk about some meat packing plants here in Canada getting some backlash from China and Asian countries. And not a lot of talk anymore about El Paso and the 10 days of grounded flights due to, what did they say? Unspecified reasons, but they said it could be a national security risk. So I don't know if they're doing some exercises down there in El Paso. Um, but I just find that weird. That's like the longest like flight, like do not fly zone, like 10 days. The last time that happened was at 9/11, and that was 2001. So I don't know what's happening. Haven't looked up air quality readings much. There have been some weird air quality readings down through Florida that uh, don't really make any sense. Uh, and yeah, there was another. Oh, I didn't write any of this down. There was another U.S. citizen who was being detained in China. He was retried, and I believe they sentenced him to death. And this is probably a direct result of tariffs against China, due to the fact that a few years ago, when the Huawei executive was detained here in Vancouver, uh, Canadians were retried once we detained her and extradited her to the United States. They retried two Canadians and resentenced one of them to death, and he just got resentenced, and he should be out of jail in China probably around 2029 after finishing his 15-year sentence. So he's got a couple more years left, but this American being retried is definitely a direct result on tariffs, and yeah, I don't know. What's the saying? FAFO? Like, I don't know. The tension's going to put the pressure on, and China right now is giving aid to Cuba, which is good for Cuba. But some things need to change about that. Tell you the truth, I think Canada should be sending aid to Cuba. A lot of their tourists are Canadian, and think of as Canadians going there, you're taking food out of the people who live there's mouths. You know, yeah, yeah, it's beautiful, it's sunny, but you know they don't have the resources we have, and you're using their resources when you go down there for a vacation. Like, I'm not saying don't go to Cuba or anything like that, but be respectful. Take things like I know lots of people, they take blankets and you know a lot of goods and stuff that are very expensive down there. Like simple things, even like shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrushes, towels, good clothing. You know, they love Puma stuff down there. I know a lot of people, they go to the orphanages down there and they take at least 2, 3 suitcases worth of goods and then come back with nothing. A lot of people I know when they go to Cuba as well, once they're done there, they just leave their suitcases for the housekeeping staff and hotel staff and stuff like that to give to their kids, and sort through and hand out as needed. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the news today. And then no, oh, William Stevenson. Still, why are we not hearing about this William Stevenson? Like, I'd like to hear more about this case and how they figured out he actually did murder his wife. Because she had been murdered for almost a year, and now he's just going to jail for first-degree murder. And another thing that doesn't make any sense is his bail is only $500,000. If he goes to a bondsman, you could easily pay. I think a bonds will make you pay 50 grand, a certain percentage of that $500,000. But for somebody who's going is in jail right now for first degree murder and to have a $500,000 bond on your head, that doesn't make any sense. And I don't know why they're sweeping this under the rug. Is Jill Biden's ex-husband. I know it was in 1975 they were married, but that's when they got divorced. They were only married for 5 years, from 1970 to 1975. But that I know people with less crimes that have bigger bonds than that. Like, that really doesn't make any sense. If anyone knows anything, let me know. Or you guys hear anything. Normally, I'm pretty up to date. Most of the stuff that people do send me, I've pretty much already written it. Like, it's pretty funny. A lot of my friends call me up. They're like, "Oh man, did you see the news?" It's like, yeah, I just reported it already. But not a heck of a lot. U.S. Natural gas supplies, the EU, could be good for Europeans, but tell you the truth, I don't see your energy costs getting any cheaper. Just like everything else, once the price of fuel goes up, it stays up. It doesn't come back down. So, uh, and then I'd like to see how the energy sector in the UK kind of thinks about this. I haven't seen any write-ups on the UK energy sector about this natural gas deal. It's all just word from the US. Um, would like to hear what some of the people think in Europe about this deal. And if do you think you guys are getting a deal or not? Because really, in the long term, I think you might end up just getting shafted. You're just gonna be purchasing products from the U.S. and then they're gonna control that market. So I don't know. 6-7, 6-7, 6-7. Do you remember when tranny issues meant card problems? Oh, boom. Okay, I'll come back to that. That's another thing. Remember what I said about yesterday's narrative with what happened in BC? Right off the hop. Just the first thing out of people's mouths is straight to that narrative. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and the temperature today. Sorry, forgot that. Where the hell did I put the temperature? It's like -3 degrees. That's like what, 20. It's -4 degrees. That's 24 degrees Fahrenheit for you guys down in the States. So, nice sunny day today. A little icy, a little mucky. Probably be a lot of people washing their cars today. But I'm gonna go have a smoke, and then I'll do my after show and talk about the stuff that I won't talk about on the news here. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit here. Peace out. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30. So, and that's Central Time. Yeah, they did. They didn't tax it yet. Just wait. They haven't taxed it yet. We'll see what happens. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Peace. Walk, 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 walk.